Okay, lacrosse fans, here we are again from the car, from the parking lot, and now the queue with your favorite lacrosse analyst at Farmer Marcus J on Twitter, and me, Shauna Farmer. Victoria Shamrocks can win Game 1 of the WLA Finals, 9-5.
In a beautiful game of lacrosse, very greasy. Very well played.
It was pretty crazy. I mean, 9-5 was the score, but it didn't really reflect what was going on out there tonight. I mean, the Victoria Shamrocks had 48 shots on goal, where the Maple Ridge Burrards only had 21. And, yeah, it was 9-5. Marcus, what are your thoughts on that?
Shots on goal, first period, 25 shots for the Shamrocks, 5 shots for the Maple Ridge team. Shamrocks were ahead all night. Thought they played really well. Smart game, good transition, some beautiful goals. Tyler Haas scored probably the goal of the game.
Oh, that was a beauty. Beauty by Tyler Haas.
And Rangers scored a backbreaker there. They killed off that 5-minute major and scored a goal at the end of the penalty kill. That was a backbreaker for the Burrards. Burrards tried to change the tempo there in the third period, started running the goaltenders, started throwing some fists, got some of our top players off at the expense of some of their goons, but it wasn't enough for them. Shamrocks definitely controlled the last 6 minutes of the game quite nicely, and definitely some frustrated Burrards. You saw Dixon take a big game misconduct for a slash at the end of the game. He was very frustrated with the Shamrock defense, and the goaltender was definitely frustrated. As good as a game as he had, I'm sure he's very upset. It was a good lacrosse game, very hard, very intense.
I like to talk about that Sigliano. I mean, that guy, the goalie for the Maple Ridge Burrards, we all had a bit of a pool on how big he was. 6'5.5" was sort of the minimal bet that we had. That guy was on fire tonight. I mean, and that's reflective in the score versus the shots on goal. That was unbelievable. But, I mean, Maple Ridge came out and played the same kind of game they played against the Lakers in the previous series, where it was chippy and there was penalties. And, I mean, they averaged like 300 penalties in that series. And actually, we walked up to the booth after the game before our pregame show to see how many actual penalty minutes there were in this game. And they, 15 minutes after the game had ended, the statisticians could not even calculate. They didn't have a calculator that calculated that high. And, that's part of the Maple Ridge Burrards game. They went out there. They were chippy from the start. Victoria, they maintained their composure, which was good. I'm glad that old Bobby Hayes, their coach, really hammered that in. But by the third period, they started to break down on that. I mean, do you have any thoughts on that, the game plan of Maple Ridge versus Victoria?
Well, Maple Ridge has been consistently one of the chippiest, or I don't know what the proper word is.
You like to use the word greasy.
The greasy. They've been one of the greasiest teams in the league for a number of years now. Everyone thought that they had a real shot to knock the Shamrocks off the top spot in the regular season with the team they put together, with Curtis Dixon leading the way on offense, and with Sagliano there in the net. He's obviously a huge goaltender.
Man, he's good.
Plays NLL for the Roughnecks. Had a really solid year for the Burrards.
He was the best NLL
definitely a good goalie. Don't agree with some of the tactics he puts together out there, but he's definitely can stop the ball.
It's effective.
But I have to say, the Shamrocks figured him out after the first period. They didn't take as many shots, but they scored a lot more goals per shot. They definitely figured him out. They got their transition game going. Burrards got their transition game going a little bit in the second with the long benches, but it wasn't enough. The Shamrocks played a really good game. Game plan was solid. Didn't get sucked in. When they did finally get sucked in to take a bunch of penalties, I guess they felt like they had to step up. Their goalie was run, clearly. That was clearly a plan by the Burrards, and no one was going to let that just happen. So that was unfortunate. Would have been better if they could have kept their cool a little bit there and maybe sent out their own.
But they were well disciplined, and it was good fundamental lacrosse.
They were very well disciplined up till 6 minutes to go mark, and when they lost, it was probably not a bad time to lose it.
Yeah, and it was good fundamental lacrosse, and it was fast lacrosse. It was an excellent, excellent lacrosse game. I just want to say that this is the first post-game show from our new car.
Yes.
And do you have any thoughts?
Is it any better?
Is the show? The show's no better, but
the show is not improved with the new car.
It's not a new improved show, but is it a new and improved, comfortable atmosphere to do the show in?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, well, Sunday.
Smoother ride. The show is still bumpy.
The show's still bumpy. It's a smoother ride. Well, join us Sunday night on our post-game show of Game 3. Game 2 goes in Maple Ridge on Friday night.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. You can watch on playfullscreen.com. And then this weekend at the Juan de Fuca Arena and the Rec Center is the Summer Slam, which is the field lacrosse tournament. We've got friends from all over the world, including Hawaii and Portland and New York, coming to play in that tournament. And then we've got Game 3 of the WLA Finals going at 6 o'clock on Sunday night. So be there. Come down to the Summer Slam. Support the field lacrosse tournament. Support anybody. You don't need to support us. Please quit annoying us. And yeah.
Okay, time to end the show.
Okay, Wayne. Thanks, Wayne.
See you on Sunday night, everybody.
Thanks.
We're fired up.
Thanks, Garth. Party time. Excellent. Good night.